Hi, guys, and welcome to Nevermore Outcasts, part of Sci-Fi-Vision for September 29th. And I will be on camera in 1 second here. I just want to write down I took Advil. But thank you, everybody, for coming. If you came tonight, we're going to be talking about the season finale. This Means Woe. And this is the season finale. So we'll be done with this show for a while. Although we will be back tomorrow for Fandom Access at 10 Eastern. Let me add Scarlet here. There we go. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome. I'm trying to add my camera back on here. Where did it go? I lost it. There we go. All right. Well, like I was saying, we will be back tomorrow at 10 Eastern for Fandom Access. We're going to be talking about, Karen and AJ are going to be talking about Invasion. And I think we might talk a bit about Wayward. And I know me and you might do a show for that we've been talking about. But first is tomorrow's episode. And then Wednesday, I guess, at 11 again, we're going to be back for Alien Earth. We're going to do a season wrap-up review thing. And Cyborg Queen Media is going to be on again. So that's Wednesday at 11. Yeah. And then not till Sunday. So it's still kind of a little bit more this week, but still slower than normal, I guess. But so let me ask you to start out what you thought about the finale. And we had sort of hinted at this last week without talking about it. Were you surprised about Thing is my other question.
You know what was the best part? It was when it zoomed into Wednesday's eyeball and then the words Isaac Knight appeared, like maybe in her head, maybe in space, and then the words of Night turned around, the letters of Night turned around, the spelled Thing.
Yeah, that was cool how they did
10
that.
out of 10 stars.
Were you surprised though when that happened?
Yeah, I was, because I there was probably some clues, and the biggest clue being the corpse butterfly landing on Thing.
Yeah, that too.
I didn't catch it.
We talked about that last week. Yeah. No, I didn't either. And like I said, I didn't do the screen captures till we do the breakdown.
Yeah.
So I hadn't looked that close. But when we were doing them last week and I'm looking at them, I'm like, how did I not notice he was supposed to have a fake hand? Like, it was so obvious. And I don't know. I missed it too. So I guess just because we weren't looking out for it. But I like that they did that. I know that some people don't because they kind of messed with the mythology, but I think it's cool that they did something different, something changing it. Yeah, I don't know. I like it. I do think last week's was a bit better, but I like what they did.
But did you like the graphic too that zoomed into her eyeball and then said Isaac Knight and then the letters changed around?
Yes, the way they did it was cool too.
It was like you were Wednesday's brain for a second.
For a second, figuring it out the way she figures it out, I guess. Did you like the finale overall though?
Yeah, I liked it. I mean, I feel like the hides are going to be a continuous problem, I guess.
Yeah.
With the series, like the big bad that keeps coming back, even though it's not my favorite.
Well, Tyler, and we'll get more into this when we get to it in the episode, but Tyler may come back and help her later. Who knows? I mean, she did him a solid, so
to rekindle their love.
Well, that I don't know about, but she did help him out, so I guess we'll have to see. And that kind of surprised me a bit. Like, I don't foresee Wednesday actually killing somebody, but I don't know that I expected her to save him either. So, yeah. Well, let's, I guess, get to it. We will talk about the finale, and everybody please like the video, leave a comment outside the chat, subscribe to Sci-Fi-Vision if you haven't. And make sure you're joining our Discord if you haven't, so you can get our schedule for all of our stuff and all that. But yeah, please interact with the channel. We do appreciate it. I've been trying to build up the traffic, and I don't know, these past couple weeks, it's been, I don't know, like you said last week, maybe it's, just the timing of the year. I don't know, but it seems like not quite as many people are joining us. So yeah, tell people about us. We want people to see our shows and enjoy them. And if there's any Outlander Blood of My Blood fans out there, I do have interviews with the main cast that will be posted around the finale. And also, I didn't even tell you that, I don't even know if you care, but I was excited today. I'm talking to Robert Patrick later in the week, which made me really excited because I'm a big fan of his because of X-Files mostly, but also T2 I enjoy. So Yeah, so there's that coming too. That's for Tulsa King. So yeah, all that good stuff. Okay, well, let's get started with the episode. So, as you can see in my first picture, I don't know why I picked it particularly of the dogs, but showing them hunting for Pugsley that Sheriff Santiago sent out, hoping that they would, oops, got an error there in the chat, trying to find Pugsley. I mean, I don't think we ever thought that the sheriff was going to find anything. I mean, she's doing her best, but you know, she really doesn't know what's going on. Oh no,
she doesn't follow hunches. She only follows evidence.
Yeah. Okay, that worked. I didn't think that would work. I'd forgotten to open the strip. It moved it a little bit, but not much. Hold on one sec. I can probably fix it a little bit better. Where am I? Oh, yeah. I just want to move this a little bit and get the top of it because I didn't. Whoops. Now I'm clicking the wrong thing. This thing irritates me sometimes. There we go. Oops, now it's going too much that way. Sorry, don't mind me. You know, I get too picky about it, and I'm just trying to. This is going to bug me if it doesn't fit. Okay. All right. So they are out looking for Pugsley, and she comes to tell the parents, the Rents, right, Gomez and Morticia, that they haven't found anything yet, but that they're still looking. And yeah, they're going to obviously continue to look on their own, but at least they have her trying. And she does talk to back at the cottage. They talk to Wednesday. I don't know why I would picture that first. But they talk to Wednesday, and I have this. I don't know exactly what the quote was. I couldn't get it down fast enough. But Wednesday makes a comment about something like, "Why would someone who's after genius brains be interested in her half-brother?"
Pugsley's.
Yeah, that might have been when they were in the office.
There were some good Pugsley jokes in this episode.
Yeah, calling him stupid.
My favorite one was, why, I should be my brother's keeper more and keep him in a cage.
Yeah, there was quite a few jokes with that. But anyway, the students are going home, so it might be harder to find him is the point. But like I said, the sheriff is trying. So then they meet at the cottage, and Principal Weems there. She once again tells Wednesday and Morticia that they really need to, work together, I guess, quit hiding things from each other. And they decide that they can kind of use their powers together. They'll have two ravens and a dove because they gather Grandmama too, and they're going to do a seance in order for, I'm not sure why a seance brings back her power. I'm not quite understanding why, like the mechanics of why a seance did that, but somehow it combines their power, and it's
well, I think they completed, like with holding hands, they had completed a circuit, and maybe their psychicness goes into her, like around the circle.
I guess they also may have not said it was a seance. It just looked like a seance too. I might have just wrote that down, not even sure. But
I thought it was just kind of like a ritual because like Morticia had Pugsley's Jester hat, like a kind of find the person ritual.
Yeah, no, it definitely might be. It reminded me of a seance, but yeah, somehow they're combining powers, and it gives Wednesday a vision. But I have to say, clearly none of them are enjoying doing this and holding hands. They do not like it, you can tell. But it does serve its purpose.
It's such a different mechanic than the other Addams families, like in the movies and TV show where they all are, for each other.
Yeah, they're not. Well, at least here they're working together, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, she gets another vision finally, and she sees her mother and her father when they were young, which I thought this was cool. I thought it was cool. We got to see a flashback. They're burying
doing what her parents do, burying a body.
Yeah, just burying a body. And it's Isaac, aka Slurp, that they're hiding under the tree. So she knows that now that they were somehow involved in Isaac's death, and basically is like, you have to tell me. So Morticia does finally explain what happened, and says that, oh wait, I gotta I'm going too slow at the photos. Sorry. Says that, when they were in school, that we already knew Isaac wanted to take the hide out of Francois, and he wanted to use that machine in the that was in the tower that he had gotten the equipment from, that Rockwood or whatever. I think it's Rockwood, isn't it? Anyway, that he was going to use the machine to try to take her hide away. Hi, B, welcome. And he needed to power the machine. So Gomez, who actually, his name wasn't Rockwood, it's Stonehurst, and it's a long story why I said Rockwood. It's because it reminds me of this character from the Harry Potter Legacy game. That's why I said, because I think it's Augustus Rockwood. That's where I got that. But anyway, Augustus Stonehurst gave him the machine.
Well, I mean, it's a magic school and a magic school. I mean,
yeah, and they're both Augustus and Stone Rock, very similar. But anyway, we find out, hey, Kimberly. We find out that Gomez actually had powers back then. Now,
interesting.
Yeah, I was going to say, is that something that's new to the mythology as well?
Yes.
I'm assuming. Okay.
Because they always say the magical powers skipped over Gomez. Like Gomez is just an Adams that doesn't have the skills.
So they just
but he had the skills, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I like that they did that. I think it's, like I said, I like that they changed around the mythology, but I think it's cool that he did. And I mean, not cool that he lost him, but cool to know that he did. And it makes slightly, more sense. But yeah, he offered to help. He's like, sure, I'll help you. I'll use my powers. But he didn't know that Isaac here was going to take all his powers and probably even kill him to do it. And actually, the one thing I did notice and take away from this is when he did that, Morticia does say that Francois didn't know what he was doing. So that's probably why before she kind of gave her a chance, because it wasn't, I guess, really her fault. It was more her brother that did it. But either way, he was willing to kill her husband. Well, her future husband. He wasn't her husband then. Willing to kill him. And instead, she found, when she found Gomez, he was almost dead. But she says that the machine overloaded and malfunctioned when she sabotaged it, and the lab exploded. And Isaac died. And yeah, they buried him. There was a little bit more to it than we see here, because it's later and we find out she also cut off his hand, but they don't tell you that right now. But she did make the machine explode, I guess. But yeah, they kind of figure out. Sorry, go ahead.
I wonder if those are the same actors that played them before.
Yeah, I don't know, but I would guess probably. I honestly can't remember.
They're getting into mischief in season 1.
Yeah, I don't know how old they were. I don't remember. I'd have to go back and look, but it would make sense if it was. But yeah, they buried him, and now they're like, well, if they wanted Gomez's power, it makes sense that they would want Pugsley's electrical power to power the machine now. And so they she tells Wednesday to stay with her grandmother, grandmama, and she agrees. But of course, Wednesday's like, yeah, that's not happening. And she's going to go and try to save him, herself. And obviously, I think we figure that it's going to be Wednesday that's going to save the day, or at least have, a good amount of the saving be doing. So yeah, she is off to try to do it herself. And then we have Enid and what is his name? I'm gonna look because I forget. Bruno.
Ajax.
Or no, sorry, Enid and Ajax are looking at the window. She sees Bruno leaving with Sophia, which she kind of, she told him to go off with her pretty much. So yeah, that was kind of her own fault, but she was right with what she did, I think. Like, well, if you want her, then leave. So he did, unfortunately. But Ajax wants to be friends with her again. And he says, it wasn't your fault that your feelings changed. And he's being very mature. And I love that he's telling her this. And he's like, well, that's what Bianca told me. So
yeah, exactly.
He hadn't come to this realization on his own, but he's listening to Bianca, which I think I said something about it last week. I think they're going to kind of try to push the two of them.
They might become a couple.
Yeah, I could see that. But either way, Enid doesn't like him that way anymore. So it's all good. She wouldn't have a reason to be mad. But he wants to be friends with her again. They can be friends, hopefully, and that'll go okay. But yeah, so him and Bianca, maybe, but we don't see anything else about
they'll at least solidify their presence in trying to find Enid or whatever. Or are they going to use that like little like segue trip for the Fester series? Is that going to be the Fester series?
I don't know. That's a good question. I kind of assume that maybe the Fester series is going to be a different story, or maybe it depends when it comes out. Because I was wondering.
I wondered if it was going to come out before the next Wednesday. That's what I was wondering, if it was just going to be them on a road trip to find Enid.
Yeah, I kind of wondered that too. But the problem with that is that then the story of Wednesday, like you have to watch another series to get the story. They usually don't do that. You know what I mean? Like usually they're independent shows. I mean, you might get like a crossover thing, but to completely switch series, I don't know, unless it's like a long involved thing, maybe in Fester, and then like Wednesday picks up like right when they rescue Enid. I could maybe see that happening.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe Fester's is the actual road trip on the way to get there, maybe, and stuff goes down. Beyond that, I don't know.
Well, I mean, they could have a lot of misadventures before that happens.
Yeah,
on their own.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of cool to do a road trip, the two of them, just having them interact with things.
I would kind of assume that the next season of Wednesday would be completed first, but I guess it kind of depends. It might not be. Just have to see. But yeah, other than that, I don't know, and I wish that they would tell us that, because I think that's a good question. I kind of assume the Fester series is going to focus on Fester, though, but who knows? Maybe it's about what happened to him in between being at Stonehurst, or not Stonehurst, was called Willow, being at the asylum, whatever it was called.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe it's like what happened between them and him meeting up with Wednesday in this episode. I could see that would work too, because then it'd be like we'd see what brought him to that point, maybe. But anyway, Agnes here.
This is one of my favorite parts.
Yeah, I love this. She's like, I've got she peers, and she's like, oh, I got a list of all these potential.
Who's on our list here? Anybody we know?
Yeah, Hunter Hughes, which I don't know. I had read somebody had said something about that, but I didn't know who that was supposed to be. I don't know who any of these are. Hunter Hughes, Sebastian Flores, Xavier Reynolds, Cole Best Beat, I can't tell. Alex Lee, Iden, can't tell. Eli Patel, Devin Woods, Levi Fox. I don't know.
A couple of them have stars by them too.
They do. Sebastian Flores and Levi Fox does. It's funny though too, like Woods, Fox, like some of them are kind of like, because she's an animal.
It'd be interesting if a couple of these people show up in the next season and they're on this list.
It would be.
It's just funny that she the research.
Yeah, and Enid didn't get mad. Enid is her friend now too, apparently. But she's like tells her she's gonna take a page out of Wednesday's book, so she's not down with the romance for now. So she doesn't need the list, and we'll have to see how that goes, I guess. So then we go to the Galpin cabin, which is where Wednesday had found before his I thought that when she found the evidence that led her to the asylum, what was it, Willowbrook, is that what it is? It's Willowbrook, right? That led her there. I was thinking that was in his house. Do you remember, did she go to the cabin? Because whenever Francois is later looking at the mirror here, that's definitely what Wednesday looked at. I just don't, for whatever reason, don't remember it being in the cabin. Maybe I'm wrong, and she did. Do you remember? It wasn't that long ago. I should remember.
I'm assuming it's in the cabin because it's still here and they didn't move it, so it's here in the cabin.
Yeah, I just, for whatever reason, don't remember her actually going to the cabin, but she must have, and I don't know, misremembering it. But either way, that's where they're at. He had been investigating, obviously. We thought before, I think he was just investigating the murders, but I'm guessing there's a possibility that he was, trying to find her. Maybe he knew she was alive, or had an idea she might be. That would be my guess, but we really didn't know much about it, other than what Wednesday had found earlier in the season. But yeah. So he's feeding Pugsley. Pugsley was nice to him. He treated him like a pet.
I know,
but
I
he
feel
didn't know
bad for her.
Yeah, he didn't know he had higher brain function. He wasn't trying to be nasty.
He
So
was
he's
trying
not being
to.
too
He
nice.
thought he liked the mystery meat.
He thought he
He wasn't
did.
trying
Yeah.
to be mean.
Yeah, but yeah, he's not happy with Pugsley. And there's also the part where Francois is telling Isaac, asking him to do what he promised and what they agreed on, and makes him a promise he will. But we don't know yet what that is. We find that out later. But yeah, they right now have Pugsley kidnapped and are going to use him. And Tyler, there's that. I do agree in this one. They're acting a bit odd and maybe a little too close. Too close for brother and sister. They definitely maybe are implying something. I don't know. Now, granted, he's a lot younger, and I was thinking, why is he so much, so much younger? But then I forgot, like he's the age he was when he died.
Yeah.
So he would be probably closer to her age. My only question is, was he supposed to be like older than his sister, or was he supposed to be in school too? Because they kind of implied that they were all in school together. And
yeah.
If that's the case, like that kid does not look like somebody in high school. So I don't know.
He's seen stuff, Jamie. He's been through some stuff.
He has been through some stuff, but yeah, he definitely doesn't look like a teenager. But yeah, either way, he's younger because of when.
So you don't cuddle up to your siblings like this?
No, not quite like that.
Face to face.
Yeah, it was just a little weird, a little bizarre. And I know we talked about that before, but it was more so I think in this episode than the other episode. So Tyler comes in, and there's like this whole thing where basically he took Pugsley's costume in order to have the sheriff and that to throw them off of where they are. And he says something though about Wednesday won't fall for the bait, and she'll know she's being played. But Isaac says that they won't sacrifice one of their own, so he thinks it'll work. Tyler does not. But yeah, that's what they've done. And then we have this scene with Agnes and Wednesday and Enid that tells us a little bit more about Agnes, who we don't really know anything about until now, but she tells us about how her parents are separated and she has to go home with her father and kind of this whole thing. And
there's a normie family. He's had a normie family without her. That's part of her sadness.
She said something like her mother went off with a normie husband and normie kid or something. But she also says something about she was a mistake. And that's where Wednesday, I didn't get the whole quote, but Wednesday says something like penicillin and something else were mistakes too.
Gunpowder.
Gunpowder, yeah, penicillin and gunpowder may have been mistakes, but they were good mistakes. So yeah, she's trying to help her a little bit there, but she does leave. And Wednesday tells Enid she agrees that she'll go meet her at the Lupin cages in the morning. I don't know if originally the plan was Agnes was going or what, but Wednesday does agree to do it, but she won't pinky promise her like she tries to do. She just gives her this look like, really? That's not going to happen.
I'm happy to know that there's an Ignatz cereal in the market along with the Men's Wednesday cereal. But her cereal is all like pink and blue and.
Oh, that's cool. I did not know they had cereal. That's funny.
Oh yeah, I've had some of the Wednesday cereal. I haven't tried the other one.
That's cool. So yeah, Wednesday talks to Eugene here, because she asks about the moths again, but the moths are actually dead.
Yep.
So they can't use them to find Slurp. And then there's kind of this thing where Eugene's telling her, he's sorry, he should have been friends with Pugsley. And maybe he would, if he wouldn't have wanted to be friends with the zombie. And this is where she says she's her brother's, like you said, she says she's her brother's keeper. And something about she should be keeping him in a cage.
Yeah, she should have kept him in a cage, yeah. They have all these like rockets on the right and left side.
Yeah, those are all the fireworks.
A scary amount of rockets on the side here.
Yeah, they were Aurora Carnival. Those were the ones I think they had set off earlier in the season, I'm guessing. But yeah, either way, she blames herself. But he goes, look at that crate of weapons. I just noticed all the weapons too. Probably Pugsley's, not his. But he goes out to the shed, the Hummer shed where the bugs are, because that's important because he gets the message from Isaac there. Let's see. So then, yeah, he goes out to the shed and Isaac is there and he makes her give her a message, which we'll get to in a second. But first, Wednesday talks to Weems and yeah, I didn't get all this, but she's basically like she was doing before, talking about how she's so great and should still be at the school. And Wednesday's
the
like
legacy.
Yeah, the legacy. And Wednesday's like you hid that there was a hide and you hid a murder and all this. And yeah, not the best leader there. But yeah, that's what she talks about with her. And then Eugene comes in. And that's where he says, I just ran into Isaac. And he gives her
me this random thing. Random
yeah,
object.
which I'd like to know how he had time to make a snow globe, but he did.
It's a good looking snow globe.
It is. It's a pretty cool snow globe. Of the skull tree. And on the bottom it says midnight. So he's like,
it can just be a note.
Yeah. He could have just put a note. You're right. But yeah,
or told Eugene. Or just told Eugene.
Yeah, he could have. That's a good point. He could have, but hey, this is more mysterious, right? Yeah, and then there's.
I think it's probably the more accurate way that people at Nevermore communicate.
It probably is. Hey, they've done it before. And there's also more about Santiago following, trying to find Pugsley and finding his costume and that, and her knowing it's bullshit. So there's that. So she sneaks to the tree and she sets up this crossbow with Thing. And she's like, is basically going to distract him and talk to him and expects Thing to shoot Isaac. But it doesn't happen. Well, no, it does happen. But I forgot, he did shoot him. He shoots him in the hand. But it's not there.
How does he see to aim? How does he see to do anything?
I've wondered that before, but I've just kind of.
Is it like a Jedi sense, like a, a feel?
It must be.
Echolocation.
Yeah, who knows? But either way, he does shoot him in the hand. I think he tries to shoot him in the face, but he covers his face with his hand, right?
Yeah.
But he shoots him in the glove, and we find out he doesn't actually have a hand. And meanwhile, Tyler there locks up Thing and brings him over, and there he is showing, I don't have a hand. Yeah,
but I didn't see it coming.
No, I didn't, and like I said, I was like, how did I not see that? But yeah, I guess I didn't get the inside of her head, but there's where it says,
I love it. I love it goes into her eye, and I'm like, oh
yeah,
my God, this is fantastic. It's so cheesy. It's magnificent.
It is.
It's so cheesy. I'm like, what is happening? I'm like,
yeah. The point is,
word puzzle.
The point is that Isaac here does not have a right hand. It actually was Thing, and he was part of him before.
A word scramble, not just an object.
And since he didn't have a hand, he couldn't hurt him there. But he tells what happens about how when Morticia was trying to stop him, she cut his hand off with the axe. And if you've seen the picture, there's the ring that Thing had in his little house.
And it has a knight on it, which makes a lot more sense now than it did before.
Yes, now it's like, damn, that was so obvious. There were a lot
like the chess piece, like the knight chess piece.
Yeah, lots of clues we missed. But he does say that probably when the machine exploded, that the power surge somehow animated his hand. And I think they said something like it erased his memory or something. And its memory, not his memory, the hand's memory. And that's how Thing came to be. And I love that Wednesday, she says to him, in your case, the part is definitely greater than the whole. But he he this is where he takes he uses his, because he's a Da Vinci, so his
Yeah.
right hand he can do psychokinesis with, and he takes thread and needle out of his pocket and he sews back on things. So now his hand is a part of him again, and he can control it. It does kind of
I'm
make me
gonna
wonder.
say,
Though.
oh, there we go.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, great hand acting by this actor all the way through.
Yeah, yeah. It
It's
did
hard
feel
for it
like
to not to cross into the line of Goofy, and this guy does it really well, like the whole way through.
he does. He does. All I was going to say is it does make me wonder why Thing has so many other stitches all over his hand, though. Like when the machine blew up, did it cut him or something? I guess.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm guessing they probably just it was the design.
Maybe he's a badass and he gets into bar fights.
Maybe I don't know. But either way, he gets it back on his arm, and he is going to use it. And he levitates Wednesday there. There she is.
Exorcist style.
Yeah, I know. And it also reminded me of when she gets the visions and she's like, you know. So it's a little bit different. But he throws her in the grave that was his grave that he was going to put Pugsley in, or we thought he was going to put Pugsley in anyway. And he throws her in there, and then like all the roots start covering her because he's moving them around, I guess. Now, what did you think about Tyler in this scene? Because Tyler was kind of looking at it like I don't know, he didn't seem super into what they were doing. Did you feel like that?
He wanted to kill her, but he also wanted to kiss her.
Maybe he wanted to do
Mixed emotions.
Himself. I don't know, but it was a little weird. I'm not sure exactly what that's implying, and that's why I said later that she does save him. So who knows? Maybe they can eventually be.
Maybe they have a little bit of something still.
I don't know about that, but they maybe could be allies down the road. But anyway, they leave, and then Agnes here is got the oh shit face. Like, what am I gonna do?
It was convenient that she was here, everyone.
Well, she's always there when she shouldn't be, and just appears.
Yeah, but you think she's leaving?
Yeah, she was supposed to leave, but she snuck away from her father because she says it later. So we know she was there. She runs off, and we find out after it's to get Enid. But meanwhile, Francois and Isaac reunite again, and she's all happy. So then Enid goes, or not Enid, Agnes goes to see Enid. I love that.
Yeah, but there's a dog dish I'm going to point out, which I think is hilarious.
That is funny. I hadn't noticed that. You're right.
Just in case she needs some water or some kibble later, like a little bit of kibble.
I guess so. But even the bed is really not like a bed, right? It looks like more like an animal bed. Yeah.
Cot.
But yeah, you're right. There's a dog. I hadn't noticed that. Yeah. But Agnes is like, you have to help me.
Like a dog bed. I'm sorry.
Well, kind of did.
It'd be like a giant dog bed with a bowl.
Yeah, well, she's big enough. She'd still need a human-sized dog bed, even if it's a dog bed. But yeah, Agnes is like, you have to come help me. She's been buried alive. I can't get her out. And of course, Enid doesn't want to leave, because if she leaves, it's a full moon. She might not ever transform back because she's an alpha. So we think. I kind of wonder if it's going to end up either A, that they doesn't mean what they think, or B, she's not an alpha, because I'm assuming that they're going to bring Enid back as Enid at some point.
They're not going to hunt her down and kill her.
Well, they're not going to. I mean, we know that Wednesday will save her. I'm just saying I hope they find a way to make her human again. Or who knows? Maybe
these werewolf rules are so weird to any other show. They'll probably make some other rule that if you have like an E in your name, you aren't really an alpha,
Something. But for all we know, maybe they'll end up using, like, maybe they'll put Isaac's machine back together and take her powers away or something. Who knows?
Oh, no, not her werewolf powers.
Well, it'd be better than being stuck as a werewolf forever, right?
Maybe just change her from alpha to beta.
Yeah, I'm guessing, though, she's going to find out she can transform back. That's what I think, personally.
Yeah, probably.
Because
she'll probably control her powers,
Yeah,
learn lessons along the way and control her powers.
I'm sure. I mean, to be fair, Capri was guessing. She wasn't 100% sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she said it could happen. So, but they don't actually show her trying to transform back, but I'm assuming she did. Otherwise, she's dumb. I'm assuming she did. But they go back. I feel like we're going too fast. I'm sorry if I'm going too fast. I'm trying to. But they go in, they try to dig her up, and it's not going to be fast enough. She's going to suffocate. So Enid's like, I got to save her. Like, we
She
knew
has
she
her
would.
werewolf senses to hear her heart rate slowing
Yeah.
down.
Yeah. I kind of wondered, though, like, couldn't she just have transformed her claws like that and not completely turned
Well, she
into a
was
werewolf?
transforming her claws, and you could hear them clink and stuff, but I guess it wasn't enough for those roots.
I guess not. And she ends up completely transforming. I got a picture too of the full moon. She
Ooh.
she digs in the grave, and there she is. There's Enid as the werewolf with her colored hair. But
Yep.
Wednesday wakes up, so they got Wednesday out, and she's like, you did this for me. You transformed.
But it seemed like she was
Um,
having a good time because she was like, "Oh, I was enjoying this,"
yeah, she doesn't mind being buried.
which
Although
goes to
she
our whole thing about punishing people like Pugsley and stuff, but they enjoy it.
yeah. Well, to be fair, I think if she had ran out of oxygen, she would have enjoyed it a little less, if that had happened. But
Who knows? Maybe she would
yeah,
haunt people.
maybe. But either way, she does see that that Enid transformed, and that she did it for her, and that she might be an alpha forever. She might be a wolf forever. And yeah, she intends to go after her. And she tells Enid for right now to go after her because she has to go try to save her brother. So she sends Agnes that way. And then her parents show up and find her. And they all go to the tower where, in the clock tower, where Isaac is going to use his Da Vinci powers to put the machine back together. I was thinking that they were going to get the machine that was at Willow Creek or whatever it's called, but that was already destroyed. So they had to get a different machine. Do you think they have human enough thoughts to want to change back? Yeah, maybe they have to. I never thought about that. What show is that? Is that some Magicians? I think. I think it's Magicians. Where I don't know if you've ever seen that, but there was something. I'm pretty sure it was in that show and or the book. I didn't read the book, so I had only read part of the first one. But that, like, when they're animals, they think as animals or something, and like they have to remember their humanity or something like that in order to change back. So that could be something. Like, maybe she has to want to be human. Maybe she has to stop and think about it. Maybe Wednesday will talk her out of being a wolf. I don't know. That's a good thought, though. It's definitely possible.
I mean, depending on the werewolf movie I've seen, where the last Wolfman had like wolf vision, like they became like it was from the wolf's perspective. But then other shows where they shapeshift, it's like, they just have to have feelings towards the object of their affection or something, and they feel their humanity, and then they can change back.
Yeah, maybe.
It varies.
Yeah, I'm guessing. Either way, I'm guessing that probably Wednesday will help her change back. We just haven't, obviously seen what happens yet. But Isaac is okay. B says it was Magicians. I thought it was. I know that what I most remember about that is the whole scene where the two of them have sex as wolf or as foxes. That's more what.
Oh,
there's some weird stuff in that. I did read I think the first book. Because there's also this thing like where they have to turn into birds, and that's where they go on like this long journey to get to the wherever it was cold, where they had classes, and I think
so
that
they're
was
the
where they
shapeshifters across the board, like with the animals.
Yeah, they had to shapeshift and they had to turn back. I don't remember a lot of it, but I do think it was from that. But I thought it was in the series, but there may not have been as much in the series, because I do think I read the first book whenever the series came out, but I never read past that. So yeah, the foxes. I remember that part. But that's the part that kind of stands out that you don't forget is the fox sex. Anywho. So Isaac is here using his Da Vinci powers of psychokinesis to put the machine back together that he knows how to fix. And yeah, he is putting it together in order to use it to take her powers away. And also he takes time to stop and make the phonograph. I think it was a phonograph, was it? Record player phonograph.
Yeah.
Music.
You think he could have found a generator?
Yeah,
just saying.
Think. But he took time to play the music.
Yeah, set the mood. You gotta set the mood.
Yeah, I know at one point they had Sweet Dreams, but I don't think it was then. I think that was later
No,
because I
this
didn't
one
know
was like
that.
some kind of Bach organ
Yeah,
classical music
something that
going on.
sounded
That
not great. Yeah. Um, yeah.
I used to play
But
that at the bookstore sometime when I worked in a bookstore, and
that'd be cool.
clear the bookstore. I was
I
told not to. I was told not to play it because there was all these
okay.
choral works by Bach. I'm like, they're like,
I
don't play
I
those
took
anymore.
yeah, I took piano lessons when I was a kid, but I don't remember much of it. So I probably wouldn't be much help there. But yeah, there is a scene where Wednesday asks them, she's like, why did you not, she's like, I understand you didn't tell me about thing, but why did you not tell thing about thing? Like it wasn't exactly fair to him to not know the truth. And they, talk about they didn't want to burden him with the information or something to that effect. And she's like, well, now he's going to kill your kid. So yeah, maybe they should have told Thing the truth. I think maybe would have been nice, but they did not. So
They should have
yeah,
told everybody
so
that. That's like the ones
yeah,
they can't trust their parents anymore.
yeah. Well, they lie to her, they lie to everybody, right? So he gets the machine turned on, and she's like, "You have to do what you promised. You agreed that you do it." Um,
What is that?
and
What's she talking about?
yeah, right. She wants to know. That they didn't treat Thing very well all around. They didn't, and I mean, look, he still obviously cared for them somewhat, or he
Yeah.
wouldn't have fought it off at the end.
Because they had
Yeah,
that whole like that montage where he was
the
pouring
montage
whiskey for
thing.
like Gomez and stuff like that.
Yeah, that they use him as a servant. I keep saying him because it's a male hand. I guess technically Thing is
Yeah.
not a him, it's an it, but
But it's
um,
cousin, it's a different thing. Then you get
yeah,
confusing.
cousin, it's a different thing. Thing is a thing, is an it, is a
Thing
he.
is a
We don't.
thing. Cousin, it's yeah.
Yeah, but I do keep saying he. I guess I shouldn't. But
I'm
anyway,
waiting for cousin it to show up at Nevermore.
yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
Maybe a
Um,
teacher at Nevermore. That'd be cool.
yeah, they can have one of their family members there. So yeah, he's got Pugsley there tied up. He's going to use his power in order to take. Well, we think Francois away, but he actually throws Tyler onto the table, and Tyler's like, "What are you
Dun dun
doing?
dun.
Don't." Yeah, dun dun dun. So I guess the idea is she thinks it's too late for her. She's going to die
Mm-hmm.
anyway. She's
It's
like,
just coughing blood.
yeah, you need to save Tyler. So I guess the idea is if they transform into a hide, it doesn't matter what, they're going to start getting sick.
Yeah.
I just don't quite understand why it wouldn't make more sense just to like, I don't know, learn to control your anger and not turning to a hide. It doesn't
Oh,
happen,
like
and
the
then you
true
get
Duckle and Hyde kind of thing, where you just
I
learn like.
guess. But yeah, it's not cool because he does not want them to take his powers, and she's basically like, "Too bad, we're going to take them anyway." And he gets
Probably
really
for the
upset.
best.
Yeah, I mean, she was already dying. It should have been his choice. Like, I get it, but at the same time, it was kind of awful that she was going to take it without him having a say.
Well,
And he does
if,
not like
if
this.
I'm gonna point out that Tyler had horrible parents,
Tyler did have horrible parents. That is
horrible
true.
parenting.
Well, I think his father loved him, but his father was a drunk. He wasn't a very good,
Not a
good
good
father.
parent. Neither of them.
They were not. They were not. But yeah, she thinks that it's a good thing, and she basically doesn't care. And they're sucking out Pugsley's power and transferring. I don't understand. I guess it powers the machine. It's not that they're taking his power and giving it to him. They're
That's what I'm
powering the
saying.
machine.
They got a generator. I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. They probably could. I love that picture though. Wednesday's got the axe coming over, and we think she's gonna. She makes it like she's gonna kill
He's
Tyler.
like, kill me.
Oh,
I'd rather die than not be a
I'd rather
hide.
die than live without my powers. And
Oh, maybe
instead,
that's why she did it. Because
yeah,
it's more horrible for him to live with his power than not.
well, but he still has his
She needs a
powers.
foe.
I know, but the thing is he didn't get them taken away yet, so he's not suffering now. He still has his powers. But she uses the axe to free him, and he's like, "Why?" And she's like, "I missed." So yeah, she totally bullshitting him. I don't know why she saved him. Like, if she, I could see her saving him, but like at least let them take his
Because he's
powers
hot.
first, then save him. He is,
Because she's
yeah,
got the
I guess
hots for him.
for that age. I'm hesitant to say he's hot. He's
She
pretty young.
said, no, Jenna Ortega said in an interview that her and this guy have animal magnetism. Wow.
They
So,
do.
you know,
Well,
they
he's
got a
definitely,
passion.
but
They
yeah.
got the
So
chemistry.
either way, she decided to save him. I still think she should let them take the powers first, but she did save him, and I don't know if she thought he would help her or what. It did end up helping because he throws Isaac over the railing while she is letting Pugsley out. And Tyler's, well, first he turns into a hide because he's pissed off, and he throws Isaac over the railing, which doesn't really hurt him that much. I guess it hurt, but didn't hurt him. Didn't kill him or anything, but it probably pissed him off. B says if they can take away all the electric powers, could the werewolves use up their wolfness? I don't know. That's why I said I wonder if they could somehow bring this machine back in order to get Enid back to human, but she'd probably lose her ability to transform at all, maybe. Or maybe because she's an alpha, they could just take some and it would make her not an alpha. I don't know.
Did they take it out and then put it in a vessel so they can like throw it into another person?
Yeah, well, they somehow used it to transfer to other normies. Because that was the whole thing that that woman was doing.
Yeah, the avian power was taken out of an avian and then put into a normie.
Yeah.
So it was held somewhere. And then
and that was what Stonehurst was working on. So yeah, I mean, I definitely think they could probably transform Enid back that way. But would Enid want to give up her powers for that? Don't know.
Yeah.
But probably. So yeah, I do think that's a possibility that they'll put it back together for that. But either way, Isaac has been thrown down, but he's still okay. He's still alive. And while she's getting them free, Tyler, as a hide, fights his mother.
I love the hides.
Yeah. And they get flung on the building and they're hanging off of it. And I don't have a picture of it, but Tyler tries to pull his mother up, but she lets go.
So much emotion. So much hide emotion.
Yeah. So she was dying anyway.
Yeah.
So,
oh well.
Yeah. So she lets go and it seems like she purposely let go. And she, meanwhile, the machine's going wacky, but there it is. He's trying to hold her and he can't. Yeah. She lets go.
I think they're cool. They're cool looking.
Yeah, no, they are cool looking. I thought I had a picture of, okay, it just flips back and forth because there's Jenna with the axe.
Yeah.
Wednesday with the axe.
There's her holding on, yeah.
No. Yeah, look, it was kind of sad a little bit. But yeah, there is his mother has fallen on that statue and is dead as a hide. Santiago and her people are there. That
foreshadowing. Is Enid gonna like destroy Tyler? Is that a foreshadowing thing?
I hadn't thought about that. Maybe, but that you know what that reminds me of? I can't think what the name of it is. Maybe you would. There's a statue. I want to say like it's Pieta something.
The Pieta?
Yeah, like where it's. I don't even remember what exactly.
It's Mother Mary holding Jesus.
Okay, well, does that kind of reminds me of that statue a little bit?
Yeah, Mother. If Mary was a werewolf and Jesus was a head.
I mean the Christian reminds me of it, not that the actual statue does.
Exactly.
Yeah. B says trying to figure out how she might turn back, and then also said Tyler as a hide reminds me of Dobby from here.
Yeah, I see it.
Dobby. Yeah, I see it too a little bit.
Need a sock. Yeah,
a very big Dobby.
I need sock.
Dobby. And then we have Morticia here, who's been knocked out. And there's a picture coming down over the.
Everybody's been knocked out.
Yeah, they're kind of both knocked out, but Gomez pulls the piece of the machine off. She's alive, but Isaac is also alive, which is a problem. And he starts choking Wednesday. And as the machine's overloaded, but he's still I don't know if the machine, like I thought the machine was done, but when she throws the axe, I don't know if the machine was still on or not. I think she just, I don't know, maybe to distract him, because I thought she was going to throw it at his arm and she didn't. But yeah, he's choking her. He's using Thing to choke her. Basically, he's using his psychokinesis power. And Morticia and Gomez are telling, Thing, you're part of our family. Don't do it. We know you're still
We
in
love
there.
you, Thing.
Love you, Thing. Let go, and that kind of thing. Which kind of has happened before in other shows. I mean, it's a little cliche, but I didn't mind it.
Well, the Addams family. I mean, that's the old Addams family way, all stick together. Which I don't see so much in the show, but I see in the TV show and the other movies.
Yeah, maybe they were there. So maybe they used to be. I don't know. But whenever Morticia, instead of Morticia using the axe to try to hurt Isaac, which would have made more sense,
take this again. The sequel.
Her daughter, who's a teenager, number one, and number two is in the middle of being choked. She kicks it to her. But Wednesday picks it up and she throws it at the machine. So yeah, I guess the machine was still on. I don't know, but more than anything, I think it was just a distraction.
It's like Pugsley Power.
Yeah, and they, it's distraction for Thing to be reminded who it is, who he is, and he starts beating up.
I love this. This guy did some great hand acting.
Yeah, I know. And I love how Thing was pulling his mouth, and it was just like how his mouth was all screwed up when he was slurp, it was like the same kind of way that his mouth was then, I noticed, but it didn't make it stay. But yeah, punching him in the face, doing all kinds of things. And then Thing is smart and pulls out the clockwork heart, and Isaac will die again. So yeah, bye-bye Isaac. And Wednesday is smiling. One of the very rare occasions we see Wednesday with a smile on her face. She's quite happy that that Thing has prevailed and has killed Isaac. And so they welcome him back. There's the heart.
And the redness goes out of the heart.
Yes, the light goes out. And Thing pulls itself, whatever you want to call it, away from the stump and crawls back to them. And now they're family again. And then he's packing his little trunks.
Oh, that's really cute.
Yeah, it is cute. And she asks, I forget exactly what she asks him, but he throws the ring, right? Isn't it the ring that he tosses? Yeah, he tosses the ring. Wednesday also says you were cut from the cloth of an evil genius. It makes sense now why we're compatible. But she asks him how he feels, and he throws the ring away, and she says something about like he can make his own future. So yeah, Thing is ready to depart. I love those little suitcases.
Thing has his own autonomy.
He does. It does. Whatever I'm calling. But yeah, he's thrown the ring away and packed up. Why does he have so many suitcases though? Like, does he have a lot of gloves?
I mean, what to do? He had a notebook when he closed down that one. He had a notebook, and a pencil. I mean, maybe like a bouncy ball to throw around. I don't know. Things hands can do.
Maybe hand cream.
Hand cream. Yeah, some hand cream.
Some gloves. The finger trap. Right, those kind of things.
Maybe a finger trap. Yeah.
He's packed his little bags. There's a good picture of it. I like that. And I love how they have little
little stickers, destination stickers.
The only one I can
see any of them?
Is the American one with the American flag. This one over here, I know you can't see where I'm pointing. I don't think it's showing up on the screen. It kind of looks like Big Ben a little bit, maybe. But yeah, you can't really tell.
Yeah, I can see it. Where you were going. Yeah.
And this one, I don't know. It looks like the cutout of Texas. Is that Texas?
Yeah, it kind of looks like Texas. Yeah, it looks like Texas, but I don't know if it is.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's gone vacationing on his own or that's where he's
gone to the Alamo.
The Addams family, but either way, he's going to go with Wednesday because they are leaving. So then we go here, and Agnes tells Wednesday about where Enid's going and that she's 5 miles away from Canada. And Wednesday's like, I'm going to go after her. Wednesday has agreed that she's definitely going to go save her or try to save her.
They
Hopefully,
go hang out with Wendigos in Canada.
yeah, that would be
Yellow
something else they
Jacket.
could add to the show, right? No, I know what you're saying, but it still could be something.
Come across the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool. So there's Francois and her husband's tombstones.
Does she have ivy growing already on her tombstone, even though she was freshly buried?
Well, yeah, but I think that could be, but I assume that they thought she was. Didn't they think she was dead from the beginning? Like they didn't know she was in the hospital, right?
Yeah,
So
I guess so. What's the date say on that, or they change it?
Yes, no, it does. It says January 7th, 1999 through March 30th, 2010. So yeah, that was before.
Yeah.
That's
okay,
what
I get it now.
That makes more sense.
What's on Donovan's grave here? I got a Jericho police thing. Okay.
Yeah, a
sheriff thing. Yeah.
Saying that he was the sheriff.
What is on her? Oh, hers is this pretty little scalp.
Yeah, hers is just like a fleur de lis kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's not that kind of thing. So then we see Capri has followed Tyler to the cemetery where he's visiting his graves, and she says that as a Hyde he can't survive alone for very long, and she says that she can save him, and he says, I don't want a master or a mother, and she's like, well, that's not what I'm offering you. She tells him that she understands their need for companionship and support because she has this support group for other Hydes, and that he would be part of a pack whose bond transcends the need for a single master. And when he's like, what's in it for you? Because I can tell you're a werewolf. She says that her father was a Hyde. So yeah, she wants to protect him. I don't know. What do you think about that? How do you feel about that? Do you think she's like legit wants to help him, or do you think it's all a bunch of bullshit?
She's just gonna come as next master.
Maybe. I mean,
like Christina Ricci.
Maybe. She seems like she's supposed to be a nice person, but I mean, she could be totally making it up.
I just want to see that werewolf and Hyde thing like the foxes you were talking about earlier.
Like what?
You were talking about the foxes and magicians, and like
Hyde
and a werewolf.
I think he's a little. I think the actor's a little young for her. I don't know that will.
No, I didn't mean that, Jamie. I meant her parents, because she said she had a Hyde for her parent. Wouldn't her mom be a werewolf then, or vice versa?
Maybe. I know her boyfriend was a Hyde because she's the only one that survived a Hyde.
She got a lot of Hydes going on in the family.
Yeah. But yeah, maybe we'll see that. But yeah, remember the story before that she survived the Hyde. It was her boyfriend. So, but maybe that's why she was around Hydes. Who knows? Or who knows? Maybe no, he says he can smell she's a werewolf. So I guess she has to be. B says, I don't think she wants to help him. I think she's putting on her front. I think it could become interesting, and she could be totally lying. But I think they also could be going to have him be an ally of Wednesday's in season 3. And maybe she is really trying to help. Don't know. I mean, look, Wednesday was willing to be his master, but it wasn't because she wanted to be his master. She was doing it to try to, stop him from killing people. So I guess we'll see how that goes. But I guess he can't transform if he doesn't want to end up like his mother is the idea. So yeah, I would think they could just not transform and they'd be fine, but they haven't exactly explained that.
Yeah. We need more mythology explained. Especially the alpha wolf stuff that needs to be explained to me.
Yeah, the laws of the alpha just doesn't make tons of sense compared to like every other mythology we've read.
It's like the opposite. They should have came up with an opposite name for it, because the alpha would be leading the pack, and that would be a good thing for her.
Yeah, it maybe would have made more sense to say she was going to be a beta or an omega or something.
Omega. There you go.
Well, I don't know.
Better writing right there.
Yeah, I don't know. But, I don't even know. I know that there's like stories that are about Beta and Omega, and I don't read them, so I don't know. But
the Omega Man's a great movie.
I know there's a type that some of them they have wolves that are Omegas in some of these stories, so I assume that could be a case.
Like Ragnarok.
No, I don't know. My point is that it to me would make more sense if she said, "Hey, you're going to be a Beta." They hunt them, because saying you're going to be an alpha and you can't transform at will, and you have no special powers being an alpha, and not the people don't follow you, they kill you. Like it doesn't make sense.
It seems to be the completely opposite.
Yeah, I think they should have named it something different, or
Yeah.
maybe just said she was a
Yeah,
lone
Omega
wolf.
would have been great.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Eugene comes to see Pugsley, and he gives him a box of bugs to eat. I'm surprised he did that. He's giving him his pets to eat. He's like, "Here's a snack."
Oh my god,
Um,
the sacrifice.
it
Well,
is a
the bugs
sacrifice.
probably don't enjoy it.
I'm sure they don't. B says it seems like anger might make hides transform, maybe if they can't control their transformations. Yeah, I mean, if she can calm him down where he doesn't, that would probably save him. And he couldn't be being, too, going after Wednesday, or he'd be transforming probably. So I don't know. That's why I said maybe he could become her ally. I don't know. Um, I mean, I know they said they don't want a love story in this anymore, so I don't think that it's going that
Well,
way.
how long was his mom locked away? 15 years or something? And she probably didn't change that whole time, but she still was sick.
Yeah, well, she also was older, so she might have transformed a lot in her lifetime.
Mm.
But I kind of think there's a good chance that when they were experimenting on her, they might have forced her to change too. I mean, we really
Mm.
don't know, but I kind of assume that could be the case when they were trying to take her powers and everything and figure out how it worked. They might have made her transform. I don't know. But yeah, so he wants to be friends with Pugsley, and he tells him to come visit him over summer break, and that they're friends. Isn't that what friends are for? Something like that. And
Mm.
Pugsley is very happy now. He has a friend.
He has a
Um,
friend.
he has a friend. Um, he also has a crooked sweater. I'm noticing. I'm sorry. All I'm noticing is that some of the lines on the sweater are really crooked, and it irritates me. I don't
Oh,
know why.
I think they're intentionally that way, though.
I'm sure they are, but it's irritating me because they're not like even lines. It's like somebody didn't know how to make it. But yes, it's probably because he's Pugsley, I'm guessing. So yeah. And then meanwhile, we have a peace offering from Morticia here, who apparently she really did burn the other journal, but she gives her sister Wednesday's aunt Ophelia's journal, which I assume will help her to try to get her powers back, or at least that's
So does
what I
Morticia
guess.
know about Ophelia, or is it just the
She
grandmother that
thinks
knows
she's
about?
gone. She don't know where she is. She says that Ophelia
Okay.
disappeared.
Right.
I assumed that they were going to find her at the it's asylum or whatever. I still can't remember. Is it Will? I know it's Willow something. Willow Grove, Willow Brook, Willow something.
Willowbrook seems fine.
Willow Brook. Okay. Um,
I don't
but
know.
yeah, and that's why I assumed she was there, and that's why she was
Willow
missing.
Hill?
Missing. Willow Hill. It might be. I honestly don't remember. Maybe somebody in the chat remembers better than I do. But yeah, she gives her that, and I guess it's to help her get her powers back. She knows Wednesday's leaving. She doesn't want her to, but she's gonna take off, and they've gotten closer. Weems is happy they've repaired their bond, and that says that it's the first step for her to get her psychic abilities back. But there's
But
go
then
Les.
she disappears, I guess, into the ether until called
Yeah,
forth
yeah, she
again.
doesn't need her right now. She'll see her later, I guess. And yeah, she disappears into light, and then Gomez comes out, and he's like, "Oh, it's sunny out," or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he came back to get them, and she's like, "Sorry, guys, not going with you." And she goes back to the school, and she waits for Fester, Uncle Fester.
Yeah, I like
And
that
she's
shot that like when he went around her and they had that shot where it was kind of her perspective and it was going around her.
Yeah, that was kind of cool. But yeah, she's gonna ride his bike thing. It holds on the back, and they're off to try to find Enid. And then we also see here Tyler and Capri. So
All the cliffhangers here.
yeah, so he did decide to go with her. He is going to her whatever her support group is. And the only thing we really know is we just kind of hear Wednesday's voiceover, like, is this going to be bad that I did this? We really don't find out much about that. You're right, it's cliffhanger. And then she sees her family. That's so crazy. Looking through the window, and she goes past, "Bye, Wednesday," that kind of thing. And she looks in her aunt's journal. I was going to see if I could read any of it. I probably should have seen if I could have stopped it
Oh
a frame
yeah, I should
earlier.
probably like look at this.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if I could have stopped it a frame earlier, if it would have come out better. Let me see if I can get a better frame here, because I might be able to. Hold on. Let me see if I can get one.
Yeah, I see this. Morticia claims to have witnessed visions as well. Lovely things, she insists.
Yeah. This is this After Fester? Yeah, this is After Fester. Cups picks up. Hold on a second. I'm seeing if there's a better one.
Yeah. Because you kind of read the last paragraph underneath the raven.
Yeah, well, I can read the other page, but I was going to see if I could get a better shot. Hold on one second.
Oh, yeah.
It's not. It showed it when she flipped it, and it didn't.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, I can read part of it. It says, Morticia claims to have. Wait, hold on.
Well, you can read part of the last paragraph on the other page.
Not that I need anyone's help with my psychic ability. I have something to sneaking into Mama's funeral parlor after hours and practicing on cadavers. The visions are brief and
hazy.
Yeah, it might be hazy, but I've always make out a few important details, whether it's the method of demise or something. So she's seeing people's death, I guess.
Wish, yeah.
She sees last words. Something would start submitting to something to the local obituary section. It's not checking something ill of the dead. If what something fast. Morticia claims to have witnessed visions as well. Lovely things. She insists in her grating, ethereal way. She doesn't seem concerned about mastering her ability, though. Not that I agree with Mama about much, but I don't understand how one gets through life completely. Patience
very
comes
She's very from.
Much too easy for my sister. Sorry, patience comes much too easy for my sister. And I love that it's the picture of the crow or the raven or whatever on that.
Oh, it says something about being a descendant of Mary Shelley and Anne Boleyn.
Are you just? Oh yeah, it does.
I'm not making stuff up, Jamie. I'm reading this book.
Wolfenstone. Even though these days I feel like Marie Antoinette, my head comfortably resting in the guillotine, waiting for the blade to fall. So yeah, it seems like her sister sees how people die is what she sees. Wednesday, has Wednesday's visions always been about death? I don't know.
I mean, the ones I remember have been people in peril.
Yeah, so I guess that's what they see, how they die. That's what ravens see. And there's black tears and her.
Well, they get negative visions as opposed to the dove's positive visions.
Yeah.
Hear anything on that crazy page? Is there any words that we can read there, or is it just like
black tears over and over again?
Black tears.
Which she drew red tears, so I'm not sure why it says black and she drew red, but
black tears. Well, there's black tears in the back.
Yeah, there is. You're right. But Wednesday has a vision that Ophelia is alive, and then we see Grandmama, and here she has her prisoner, I guess, in her house, and it says Wednesday must die. Although I kind of wonder, is it possible that she's seeing Wednesday's death? Not that she actually wants to kill her. I don't know. People have theorized that Catherine Zeta-Jones will play her as well, but I guess we'll find out.
because of the TV show.
Yeah. Yep.
Because the woman that played Morticia in the TV show also played Ophelia, but Ophelia was all light and different than Morticia.
Which is interesting because they're both they're not. She's a raven, so you would think it would be the opposite, right? Like you would think that Morticia would be light colored and have blonde hair. That's kind of interesting.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I don't know, but there's the one. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Hold on, let me open the one-eyed bird there.
And they kept Ophelia completely shot from the back, so they could put any actress in there that they want, as well as Catherine Zeta-Jones.
They can, but it probably
anybody they find that wants to do it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it was Catherine Zeta-Jones. I mean, it looks like it could be. I guess we'll have to find out. But
it'd be cool because we'd be following the TV show, but it's not necessary.
No, it's not necessary, but it would be cool. I don't know. It's just interesting to me that she's the Raven, and she's has blonde. It looks like she has blonde or white hair, where Morticia the dove and has the dark hair. It's interesting, but looks are deceiving. Who knows? So yeah, she is Wednesday is on the way to try to find Enid, and we know that Ophelia's alive, potentially after Wednesday, or at least she knows Wednesday's going to die.
And some avian person still around with this bird.
What?
Is this bird a plot line? Maybe an avian person is using this bird still?
Maybe. I think it's just using it to close out the episode. I don't know that it's supposed to mean more than that. I don't know. But and then the other thing is with Tyler and Capri. Yeah. So there's a few dangling threads until next time.
Well, there's three threads, I guess, or is there 4?
Yeah.
Because there's Enid.
Yeah,
and then
Enid,
I would consider it 4 because there's Enid, then there's Fester and Wednesday's road trip, and then there's Ophelia, and then there's Capri and Tyler. So I guess there's 4 things going on.
Yeah. If you count Fester separately.
But, because I don't know if that's the Fester thing that's just going to get them to where Enid is for the 3rd season of Wednesday, or if it's going to be like, straight there.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think it's going to.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the series will just be their road trip, and then it'll start season 3 of Wednesday with them finding Enid.
It'd be pretty cool. They had, like I said before, just misadventures might be interesting. Meeting people, road trip movies are always interesting.
Yeah, no, it could be. I just questioned that Wednesday would be in it that much because it's supposed to be a Fester story. I would love to see.
I don't know if Fester can have. I don't know if Fred Armisen can carry a series, but that's my humble opinion.
I don't know. I just don't know that they would add her in it that much. Like I could see her being like a guest star, but I don't know. I don't know that they would stick her in as another lead because she's got her own show. Like, what would be the point? It's not a spinoff then. Like
to have a fun road trip TV show. A fun road trip.
I guess. I just don't foresee that happening. That doesn't mean it can't. But I don't see that happening. I think that if she's in it, it won't be that much. Like I said, maybe it's what happened between when we last saw him and now. It might be what gets him to that point of picking her up. I don't know.
His bank robberies.
Yeah. Seeing the bank robberies would be fun.
The life of crime.
His life of crime. You're correct. All right. Well, that's it for the episode, for the season. We have a while yet until season 3. So, I don't know. Do you have anything else to add?
A lot of people were dogging this season, but I really liked it. So I don't know what the problem is.
Yes, I liked it. I did too. I mean, I like season 1 better, but I did like it.
Because it has pretty solid characters, pretty solid plot. It's not. I mean, the Alpha thing's kind of weird, but I can get over that.
Yeah, it wasn't, like I said, I don't think it was as good, but I still liked it. Rick and Michonne had a spinoff together. They were romantically involved, though. You're right, but this show's only been on 2 years. Like, it's not like it was on a long time and then they had a spinoff. Plus, the original's still on. Like, you're right. Rick and Michonne ended up together, but they weren't also still on the original show at the same time. Like, if it's a spinoff, it's not usually all the same characters. That's why I don't think that she'll be that big a part of it. I mean, that's not to say I couldn't be wrong. That's what I think. But I guess we'll have to wait and see and find out what happens. But we'll definitely watch it.
So I guess most people like the chat like the show.
Yeah, Kelly says I really like this season too.
I mean, it had a lot of good characters in it. I like Ajax and Bianca and
Yeah, I do too. I just like the plot line of the first season. I think made a little more sense.
I wish they'd get back to the vampires in the first season because there was a couple of vampires, but then they just kind of went to the background.
Yeah, and there's the ones that had no faces and all that. Like there was different creatures we didn't get.
Yeah, I kind of like to know their story.
Outcast. Yeah, I would like to see a different outcast that we don't know much about, or learn other kinds of outcasts, that kind of thing. That could be cool. Yeah. Yeah, I liked it. I just liked the plot better of the first one. It's not that I didn't like this one. I did. I just like the other one
And
better. I don't
Tyler
know.
was
Did
in
you
a
like?
lot of the plot of the first one.
Huh?
I said Tyler was a lot in the plot of the first one.
It was. He was. He was. Did you like season 1 better, or do you like season 2 better?
I don't know. I like bits and pieces of both.
Okay, that's fair.
I,
No, that's
I
okay. You can
think
do that.
equally. Um,
Yeah.
I mean,
Um,
I think it's cool. I think they both had a big dance number, which was cool. Iconic
yeah.
dance number.
Yeah, that was cool. I don't remember as much about the first season, but I liked the first season, and I feel like some of this season was a little, maybe a little messy. I don't know.
Mm.
Um,
Kind of
let
like
me see.
Christina Ricci just came to die.
Yeah, yeah, that's a little strange with that.
Like her
Um,
obsession with Tyler. So we hope that Capri doesn't start doing that too. Like, mommy, that mommy thing.
yeah, I really don't want to
Come to
see that. But
mommy,
then
Tyler.
he said he's not after a mother or a master, so I don't think we will see that um, in this show. Hopefully. Uh, yeah, because
But
that's pretty
I did
much.
like Joanna Lumley this season. I thought she was great.
Yes, yes, yes. I
Lady
enjoyed her.
Gaga was adequate and showed up
Lady
and
Gaga
played
wasn't
herself.
in it enough. I feel like if they were going to put her in, they should put her in more next season, maybe.
I totally
Um,
thought she was going to be Ophelia because of the blonde hair and
I
everything,
did
and I thought,
too.
oh,
I
that's
did too.
perfect.
I did too. My B says my kid pointed out that she liked that Wednesday didn't have psychic powers and had to figure things out without a superpower. Yeah, now she's getting them
Yeah,
back. Well, I guess we'll have to deal with that. But I'm sure something else will go wrong. Although I think next season is going to be mostly about getting Enid back more than anything. But yes, it's cool that she didn't just have powers to make it easy and it had more of a, they had to work through it. But
detective, like the detective
yeah,
protocol.
yeah, that's kind of the story part I like is like the mystery part of it. So yeah, I don't know. Some of the story was a little weak, but overall, I enjoyed the season. I do think that it would have been nice to have more episodes, as I always say, or maybe even just like make it like 5 and 5 instead of 4 and 4. Then we could have maybe had a little bit more. Although I don't feel like this series is necessarily missing pieces like I do some of them when they're too short. Like
Yeah,
I think everything was in it. I don't feel like it was missing chunks, so that's good. But
like
I still
Alien
would,
Earth.
yeah, like Alien Earth. Um, but I mean, it's still, I still would have liked more, but I don't know that it needed more. I think that this worked. So,
Hmm. You learned
all
enough
right,
about the people to like sympathize or root
yeah,
against them, or you know
yeah, or whatever. Yeah,
you understood
definitely.
their motivations.
True, true, true. All right. Well, unless anybody has anything else to add, we will see you tomorrow at 10 Eastern for Fandom Access. Like I said, it'll be Invasion, maybe some about Wayward, depending on whether Karen and AJ watch it. And then we'll decide
Mhm.
if we're going to do a show on that. Let us know if you guys want to, want to see that, want to see more on that, and we'll talk about it. And then Wednesday at 11, we'll be back for our season wrap up of Alien Earth, and Cyborg Queen Media will be a guest again, and we'll talk to them about it. And yeah, then Sunday at 11:30 is Daryl Dixon, and then we start again. Except we obviously won't have this next week. So yeah, we'll see what we're doing. Probably be maybe bringing another show in. Maybe if not, maybe we'll do a trivia pretty soon.
Mhm.
Because it is getting kind of slow. So we'll figure something out. And then we have Telemasca coming at the end of
Oh
next month.
yeah, that
So
and
that's
Lazarus. We're gonna do Lazarus and
yeah.
Telemaster.
If you want to, I'm down with doing Harlan Coben's Lazarus. That would be
Yeah.
cool. I'm not sure what day that starts, but that's definitely sort of a mystery.
What is that on? What service is that on or channel?
That is on Prime.
Okay, yeah, I can get it. I can watch it on my television. Yay!
Yeah. We'll
That's
also
always a
have a
plus.
yeah. Yeah, I mean it seems like it'll be a good show. I haven't had time to watch enough of it yet, enough of the screeners yet to find out, but I liked what I've seen so far. And I usually like Harlan Coben stuff, and it's kind of got like a supernatural bent to it, so it should be good.
Did you say it was like Mystery Box?
No, it's not mystery box. They're murder mysteries. I mean, that's generally what Harlan Coben is. It's based on his
Mm.
books.
Is it a contained one episode to episode or longer?
No, it's one story. I think this one may not be, and I could be wrong, but I think this one might be a new story that's written by him. I don't know if it's
Mm.
based on an actual book this time. I was trying to find out. I meant
Mm.
to look it up and I hadn't, but no, it'll be a season-long story arc.
Okay.
So yeah, but yeah, we'll see if maybe that works. But yeah, guys, please, tell us if you like these ideas, if you don't like these ideas, and
If
we'll
you have new ideas,
if you have other
do you like
ideas.
trivia? Do you like games?
Yeah, we'll play trivia. Like I said, if enough people want to see Welcome to Derry, I'll try it. I just don't know if it's going to really be my thing, but I'm willing to
Yeah,
try it.
I know. I don't know either.
Yeah, I really didn't like the It movies.
Last time I
And
watched it, Tim Curry was in it. That's how long
yeah,
it's
no,
been.
I've seen the original It too. But
Yeah.
I'm just not, I say all the time, I'm not a horror person. Like I enjoy Yellow Jackets and From because they're more of
Hmm.
like a supernatural horror. I mean, look,
Yeah.
it's kind of a supernatural thing too, but it isn't like an outright
Hmm.
kind of is,
You
but
like
kind of.
things that happen also have horror elements, not
Yes,
just
yes.
being
I don't
horror
like
in
straight
itself.
horror. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
It doesn't
Unless
have
it's
to be
like
ooky spooky all the time.
a mystery horror, sometimes that can be okay. But yeah, I tend to
Yeah.
like something else with the horror. Um, yeah. And I don't like slashery, which that can become it might just be too, I don't know, it might be too scary for me.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
That
But we'll
Pennywise
see.
has a rise every like 25 years or so and takes some kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
Eat. He's got to eat.
You've got to eat. It's not really my thing though.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Who knows? Maybe the series will be good. I mean, that's not to say it
I
couldn't
don't
be
really
good.
like the clown thing, for one.
Yeah, I don't love. I mean, I'm not like scared of clowns or anything. I know some people have like a fear of clowns. I
Yeah.
don't care. I just don't really like
It's
clowns. But
just
I
not
don't.
really my flavor of horror as clowns. I
Yeah,
mean, I like Killer Clowns
exactly.
from Outer Space, but Killer Clowns from Outer Space is funny.
Yeah, yeah. But regular killer clowns, I don't know. We'll have
Not
to.
regular Killer Clowns.
Not regular killer clowns. No, I don't know. I just, like I said, I've seen the original movie. I've seen the new movie. I didn't really care for either. And
Mm.
I mean, I realized when we were talking before about the Institute that I have actually seen, not read, but seen a decent amount of Stephen King stuff. Some of them I
Hmm.
like, some of them I don't. It really
Well,
depends on
the
the kind of
80s was a
story.
hell of a drug for it, Jamie. There was
Yeah,
a Stephen King movie out like every year,
yeah,
or
no.
maybe
But
more.
I've seen some, like I remember, what was that series, Rose Red? Like that was kind of
Oh yeah,
more like
no,
a
series is
supernatural
too, like The
horror.
Stand and The Mist, and but then there
Yeah,
was
The
like
Mist I like.
Carrie and
Well,
The
I didn't like the end of The
Shining
Mist.
and
I didn't like the ending, but I liked The Mist.
Christine and Cat's Eye and Cujo. There's so many. Maximum Overdrive.
Yeah, no, there is a lot. There is a lot. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But please, guys, let us know in the comments what you want to see, what you don't want to see, what you think about this show. Can really use the support.
Or
Really
you can
hoping
just, if you have new ideas that I don't
if you
know
have new
of,
ideas, let us know. You can also drop them in Discord, watch party ideas as well. Yeah, please let us know what you think. And also, are you interested in seeing long form videos? That's the other thing. It seems like, I don't know, I'm wondering if maybe I should do some videos, like I said before, and not all just lives, but depends what
mm,
people are into and
you should
are
do
looking
those
for.
backstage ones that we were talking about earlier, like the ones where you're on like old sets and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, if I could get out some photos and stuff
You
of,
could just
of
do
the
a little short with that, like a 10-15 minute thing. Is
yeah.
that short? I don't know how short people watch it.
I don't know. It would depend how chatty I got, but I'd have to
I
dig
mean, my
out.
short for a while was 4 to 5 hours was short, so
Yeah,
I
no,
don't have
I
a
don't
good
think I don't
perception
think
of
it should be
time.
that long. But I'd also have to find my photos because my one hard drive I lost. I have the ones on my website, but they're like really low res. I gotta find the originals. But yeah, that's an idea too, to do a special about that. Yeah, I don't know, but we'll see. Yeah, please let us know what you want to see, and check out the videos on our video tab in the meantime, and scifivision.com. Please check out all our interviews there and all that good stuff. And I will try to start, I do want to try to start scheduling some more people for the shows we have, just since we don't have specifics that we can necessarily get right now. I haven't, but maybe we can get some that are outside of the specific live streams. I mean, have them on a live stream, but they aren't specific to the specific live streams we're doing. because I do not think that we can get anybody Walking Dead related on a show. I don't think that would happen. But yeah, we'll see. All right, everybody. Well, hope you have a good night. Thank you for coming. Please like and subscribe to Sci-Fi Vision, and we will see you tomorrow. Well, I will maybe see you guys tomorrow if Karen and AJ have seen have seen Wayward. If not, they'll be talking about Invasion. We'll see. But yeah, see you guys then. Have a good
Get
night.
your mortar running. Head on the highway, looking for adventure.
Oh, there was though that Sweet Dreams on, I don't know whether it was violin or piano or cello or whatever at the end.
Yeah.
So that was cool too. But
They
yeah,
should do Born to be Wild on cello.
yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool. All right. Good night, everybody.
All right. Be the same.